Right now, it's 6 stunning video of damage left behind from several tornadoes touching down in Wisconsin yesterday, and how first responders put their skills to the test today at Gunderson.
Watching WKDT La Crosse, this is News 8 Now at 6.
Good evening and thank you for joining us for News 8 Now at 6. I'm Emily Brown. Ken is off tonight. Severe storms and tornadoes left a trail of debris and destruction across portions of the Midwest. More than 400,000 homes and businesses in the region were without power Friday. Several tornadoes touched down in central Wisconsin, but no major injuries reported. Dodge County took a big hit, prompting a state of emergency in the city of Mayville.
My ears popped. I kind of like it sucked the air out of the room. We saw a branch come down by the window there. Still kind of in shock.
Next door in Michigan, the National Weather Service is surveying damage to determine if any tornadoes rolled through. A school bus ride to remember for young ones in New Richmond, Wisconsin. Zach Kanula is the 6th grader that took the video of a tornado yesterday. It was posted to Facebook by another student's parent and now shared by many.
Ever seen anything like that before?
No, only in movies.
Hanula says there were 2 buses filled with nearly 30 students each, packed in at one driver's home for shelter. Everyone made it out safe. So what does our weekend weather look like? Hopefully a little bit milder, but definitely it's going to be cooler, Greg.
Definitely cooler too for the weekend too. And just a quick update on the National Weather Service. They did survey 3 tornadoes that happened in Clark County, EF0, EF1, and EF2. We'll have more information a little bit later, but that's what we've had so far overall. But yeah, going forward, we're not going to have severe weather for a long time, but we're not going to have very warm conditions either too. Right now, you see temperatures all the way back into the 50s, near 60. We have showers approaching both areas. Really, if you look at high temperatures right now throughout the time period, that's what we saw all the way through a few days ago. Today, 79, but look up to the northwest, 40s, even 30s as you go further north. There's a very large low that's spinning up there, and we have the showers associated with it that are pushing through the area. In fact, they had some thunderstorms to eastern Wisconsin ahead of another cold front, but we're going to have showers that already are approaching the areas. The low begin to circulate up to the north. It's a fairly large and strong low pressure that's continuing to spin, and it will impact our weather throughout the weekend with cloud cover, breezy conditions, but showers this evening. We'll continue to see that uptick a little bit. I think once we get to about 9 or 10 p.m., that area of really light rain will begin to approach Eau Claire, and eventually 10 to 11 p.m. we'll also see more light rain or showers approach La Crosse. But those temperatures will be in the 50s, but that wind will also keep it quite chilly this evening too compared to what we're used to. And tonight's lows, upper 40s near 50, not bad, actually bad for this time of year, but they will be breezy conditions, so it won't feel as wonderful too. And as we mentioned already, the weekend is looking well below average, and this well below average temperatures look to extend all the way through at least the first half of next week. We'll break that down along with the next opportunity for widespread rain too.
Oh boy. All right. Thank you, Greg. Authorities are asking for information in a La Crosse shooting. It happened yesterday on the 900 block of 5th Avenue. Police say one person was hurt but should be okay. 28-year-old Deontay Booth has been identified as a person of interest. This is his mugshot from March. If you know about his whereabouts, you're asked to call La Crosse Crime Stoppers. A legal defense fund has been set up to fund legal fees for Judge Hannah Dugan. She's accused of helping an undocumented man evade ICE agents and an arrest. The state Supreme Court suspended Dugan following her arrest. Her trial starts next month. The Salvation Army and Hunger Task Force distributed food in La Crosse this afternoon. Families in need of food assistance were invited to pick up from 3 to 4:30 this afternoon. They had everything from meat, canned goods, frozen food, and more.
People are really grateful. I know that they just need maybe that extra little bit of help, and this food distribution does that for them. A box of canned goods, and then also some perishable items, dairy items. It's really good, healthy food, and I think people are grateful.
These monthly food distributions take place on the 3rd Friday of each month. A kickoff luncheon for the Westby Sit and Mai brought polka, Norwegian culture, and good food together today. The Borgens Cafe hosted the kickoff for the 57th annual Westby Sit and Mai. In attendance were Westby City officials and the Sit and Mai officials and royalty.
But we celebrate 17. Mai here because we have a very Norwegian town and a very Norwegian area. A lot of Norwegian immigrants came here because we have a very similar geography to Norway.
The full festival runs through Sunday with celebrations and events throughout Westby. First responders put their skills to the test today at Gunderson's Trauma Symposium. So how does this benefit the community? News 8 Now's Grace Monk has the answer.
This afternoon, first responders work through traumatic scenarios to make sure they're prepared for whatever comes their way. The training included a triage simulation where first responders assessed patients with mock injuries. Participants worked through 6 scenarios treating patients both in and out of the hospital. Jackie Krieger is a nurse and trauma director at Vernon Memorial. She believes the event is a great learning opportunity for all first responders.
It can either tell you what you've been doing is right, or hey, why don't you try this a little bit different way.
The training also included a mock crime scene hosted by the La Crosse Police Department. Participants walked through a crime scene with mock patients and evidence. They had the opportunity to ask questions, assess the scene, and take notes. Lieutenant Corey Brandel says the training improves the way first responders work together.
So working with them, it's great to partner with them in training scenarios so we can talk through what things might happen, what the expectations might be for them, and what they might be for us. But in the end, preservation of life is paramount. So working with them and alongside them to make sure that we're all working together is the goal.
And it also improves the way they serve the community.
If they get on scene and have concern that something suspicious or something violent happened or somebody was victimized, that they can work with law enforcement. It just continues the partnership, increases communication so that we can better serve the community.
Gunderson will hold another symposium next year with new scenarios. In the newsroom, Grace Monk, News 8 Now.
All right, thank you, Grace. La Crosse's Human Services Department hosted a brat barn today. They're grilling brats and hamburgers to raise funds for local kids in foster care and child protection. La Crosse County social worker Kevin Henry mentioned how this will help families in the area.
We can also help with child protection and help families drive across states sometimes, and gas money and gas cards, again, just to create more opportunities for kids and parents and families to be together, and we do everything we can to support that.
The event wrapped up at 6. Second graders at Spence Elementary got to show off their business skills at their school's market day. The vibrant marketplace, run entirely by second grade students, provided a powerful hands-on learning experience, letting students explore budgeting, pricing, customer service, and more.
It gave an opportunity for kids to create a business without having to spend any money of their own. And so the school district or the LPEF was able to provide that for them. So I think that's pretty powerful too.
Past student booths have included lemonade stands, handmade crafts, and even a mini nail salon. Well, did you see it today? Cops were on a Dunkin' Donuts rooftop for a good cause. They were raising money for the La Crosse Area Special Olympics and Special Recreation. Officers hit the roofs at 431 Lang Drive and 1422 Losey Boulevard.
It helps support all the athletes, like getting to go to state and to all the tournaments for their sports they're all in.
Money will help pay for athletic events and resources. Coming up, how President Trump's budget package bill hit a major setback, and the latest on Sean Diddy Combs' sex trafficking trial when we come back. President Trump's budget package hit a major setback in the House Budget Committee. 5 Republicans joined Democrats in voting against advancing the bill out of the committee. The bill is central to President Trump's economic agenda. It includes trillions of dollars in tax cuts with spending boosts for the U.S. military and border security, partly paid for by steep cuts to federal health, education, and environmental programs.
Everything in Washington, D.C., you've got your lobbyists, you've got your special interests. It's money. I mean, I've had everybody call me. It's money. I get that. But it's money we don't have to spend. It's not that difficult.
Speaker Mike Johnson says he wants to pass the bill out of the House before Memorial Day. Another intense day in court in the Sean Combs sex trafficking trial in New York. After 4 days on the stand, his ex-girlfriend wrapped up her testimony. Bradley Blackburn reports has the story.
Sean Combs' ex-girlfriend Cassie Ventura returned to the witness stand where the hip-hop mogul's legal team wrapped up its cross-examination. The singer was asked to read out loud from the couple's text messages, including after he beat her in a Los Angeles hotel in 2016. Complaining that Combs was out of control from drugs and alcohol, she wrote, "I'm not a rag doll, I'm somebody's child." Just days later, she wrote, "We need a different vibe from Friday." Combs' attorneys say the messages expressed love and that the drug-fueled sex encounters he called freak-offs were consensual. Ventura testified she did love Combs, but said those encounters left her humiliated and traumatized. The defense also grilled her about jealousy in the relationship. She testified it was after Combs called another woman his soulmate that she finally stopped seeing him in 2018.
She's holding up great.
Pregnant with her third child, Ventura's attorneys say she's done a good job on the stand, but they asked the judge to limit Friday's cross-examination, saying the questions put her health at risk.
She was brutally honest. She was candid, and she told it how it was.
Combs' children have been there throughout to show support, even as Ventura described graphic and disturbing details about their father.
Really almost unbearable testimony. I mean, the reporting is that you could hear audible gasps from some of the photographs shown from the jurors.
It was Ventura's 2023 lawsuit accusing Combs of physical and sexual abuse that eventually brought him to trial for sex trafficking and racketeering. Combs' attorneys don't deny domestic violence allegations, but say that they do not prove a criminal enterprise. Bradley Blackburn, CBS News, New York.
Now, Combs faces at least 15 years in prison if convicted. Well, we'll have more news ahead, but first.
Yeah, goodbye to the 80s and the warmth we had for the first half of the month, because the second half of the May is going to be quite different, including this weekend. We'll break down what the temperatures look like and what's going on for next weekend, including the next rain chance. That all coming up on your First Warn Weather Update after the break.
Covering all the exciting action from your community, here's News 8 Now Sports with Jacob Lenzendorf.
The NCAA Division III Baseball Regionals are here, and once again, the UW La Crosse Eagles are hosting. UWL taking on Bethany Lutheran College for the first round of the double elimination tournament. Let's go to Copeland Park. Chase Osterhaus on the mound for the Eagles, and he was lights out. 6 innings pitched, no earned runs, and some great defense to boot. Line shot right back at him, but he makes the play for the tough out. And for the Eagle offense, they would strike in the 3rd inning. Man on first for Chris Vanden Heuvel. Gets one down the line in left field. Calvin Hargrove is into 3rd on the double. He would later score on this Mac Bourne sacrifice fly to give UWL a 1-0 lead. Then in the 4th, Eagles playing some small ball. Hargrove lays down the sacrifice bunt. That would advance the runners. And then a few batters later, coming up here, bases loaded for George Seaman. He strikes with 2 strikes, delivering a line shot into the gap in left. All 3 runners come in to score as UWL takes a 4-0 lead. Vikings would score 2, but with 2 outs in the 9th, it's Holman's own Caleb Maddle closing the door for the save as UWL gets the win 4-2 and are off on the right foot in their quest for a World Series.
It's a 1-0 mindset, and we've got this game behind us, and that's obviously the most important game is game 1, and we took care of business there. And now we've got 1 game to win, and this is the most important game, and we know that 1-0 can turn into 2-0, and the person of the team that's 2-0 in a tournament format like this is definitely in the driver's seat, and we have that opportunity, and we're gonna go for it and take advantage of that opportunity.
The Eagles will take on Claremont Mud Scripps tomorrow at 2:30, right back at Copeland Park. In the majors, the Brewers will look to cool off the hottest team in baseball tonight. And the rivalry weekend, that's what the league is calling it across the league, facing the Twins. No Carlos Correa or Byron Buxton in the lineup due to a collision in yesterday's game. Pitching matchup of Chad Patrick and Joe Ryan. And the votes are tallied up, and the winner of the latest News 8 play of the week is Westby's Allie Fortune, the senior, jumping 8 feet 2 1/4 inches, beating the previous records set by Emma Chose, who was there to celebrate with her. A record-breaking performance capped off by a News 8 play of the week. Way to go to Allie. Very impressive.
All into that.
Yes, I don't know how far I'd be able to make it, but I would probably pull up with a hamstring injury after that.
Oh,
so
yeah,
congratulations to her, and best of luck in the playoffs.
Yep, a lot harder than it looks, I'd imagine. All right, Greg, has a final look at your forecast right after this.
All right, definitely the next 6 to 7 days is below average temperature. So unfortunately, goodbye to the 80s, maybe 70s by the end of next week, and going to be wet conditions. So definitely a change, but it is May. It'll switch around eventually too.
Fingers crossed, no rain for Memorial Day weekend.
So far, it looks good.
If it's cooler, as long as it's sunny. Okay, thank you for